I'm not even lying to you when I tell you that it'd be so quiet until the point when I hit record, all of a sudden there's just so much noise going on. My dog decides to bark nonstop. But yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Ladies Pitch Podcast. I am your host, Haydee Baby, also known as your favorite mommy on these pod streets. What is going on? Welcome back. To the new listeners, welcome. I hope that you are with the shits and you are ready for the fuck shit that goes on for approximately the next 30 minutes. And if not, then this is probably not the podcast for you. And if you're not doing also well or fantastic, then I hope that by the end of this episode, I have done something to put you in better spirits, put you in a better mood, because we are all about good vibes on this podcast, all right? So you got to be with the shits. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, review the podcast on all streaming platforms. You guys know you can find the Ladies Pitch Podcast on Instagram at Ladies Pitch and our YouTube, our handle at Ladies Pitch. We have not changed. Make sure you guys drop a review, drop a comment on your favorite streaming platform. Keep us in the algorithm. It's always important. I always reiterate every week how important it is to keep us in the algorithm. Keep us popping. You know what I'm saying? Hope everyone has had a beautiful week. My week has been good. If you guys tuned into last week's episode, I updated you guys about a new job that I was going to start this week. So I actually did start the new job, and the anxiety is over because I was anxious, super anxious up to the day that I started. I'm glad that now excitement is taking over, and I'm actually excited to start the new role, and actually because right now I'm still in training and orientation, so I won't be starting till later this week, possibly next week, my actual job and performing my job duties. So I'm super excited about that. I cannot wait. Of course, like I said, it's in healthcare, so it's I'm pretty much very familiar with it. I've been working in healthcare for years, but when it's a new company, it's always it's always new policies, always new things, and but it's looking very good so far. I'm loving it so far. Just the environment, the people that I have to work with, just the other coworkers, everything seems really cool. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that's how it stays. Let's see. Yeah, so I will be sure to update you guys later on as I continue the job. So I got a couple things written down here for you guys because my mind has just been all over the place. I'm feeling a lot better this week. Last week, unfortunately, I was not able to bring you guys any visuals because I was not going to do that to you guys. I was feeling like absolute crap and I look like crap. At least this week, I look a little better. I threw on a hat, just some, put on the facade like I'm doing 100%. I'm still not 100%. I'm still fighting a little bit somewhat of whatever it is that was in there. Well, I actually had an upper respiratory infection. And I had to take some antibiotics, but I'm still kind of fighting a little bit. So I have this little persistent cough that just won't go away, and it's so annoying. But yeah, I was at least good enough to be able to provide some visuals this week because yeah, I was not gonna do that to my devoted listeners. You tune in every week. Why would I do that to you? I know you want to see all of this. I know you want to see all of this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like something going around. I hate this time of year. Like right when the warm weather's approaching and when the cold weather is approaching is when like everything just like goes up, spikes, and it's like, COVID and flu and allergies. Like it's always something. And I suffer from allergies really bad. If you can't tell, you can tell my eyes are like a bit watery right now, but fuck it, we ball. Like I was not gonna not record because my allergies when I act up. Like I'm gonna show them who's boss. I'm gonna show them that the show must go on and you ain't stopping shit. All right, gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah, but it's always something, and it's so annoying. It annoys me so much. I think that because I also suffer from asthma. So with my allergies, it triggers my asthma. And then like it can trigger, sometimes I don't know during flu season if it's the flu or it's just my asthma or it's both, but we're here now. All right, so I don't know how many of you listeners, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are Chris Brown fans, Breezy fans. I am a fan, yes, I am. He is going on tour. Breezy Baby. I have never attended a Chris Brown concert. I definitely always wanted to, because I know that he's a great entertainer, he's a great performer, and I am a fan. I'm a fan of his music. I'm not a fan of his tantrums and his behavior at times. But yeah, I've always wanted to go to a Chris Brown concert. I'm debating whether I want to go to Breezy Bowl. He's starting it off in July, actually, in Florida. And I think it ends in DC sometime in October. So that's going to be like a popping concert for the summer. I believe he has Summer Walker and Bryson Tiller opening up for him, which I'm also a fan of both. I'm not too much a fan of Summer Walker as a performer. I do like her songs. I think she's a great R&B artist. Bryson Tiller also, I think he's underrated, but I feel like her live performances are a bit like lackluster and they look boring. So I don't know how I feel about, about her opening up for him, but I'm hoping that, she steps it up, because a lot of these people are paying a lot of money to see Chris Brown. Chris Brown, these tickets are not cheap. So I hope she hires herself a great creative director, possibly Tiana Taylor again. And I don't know how on great terms is Tiana Taylor and Chris Brown, but she definitely needs to hire someone that's actually going to help her put on an amazing performance, because opening up for Chris Brown, those standards are a bit high for you, mama. So listen, I'm a fan. I really hope that you put it together. I know that you're a very anxious person. You suffer from anxiety. Listen, as a person who suffers from anxiety, I get it. But I'm also not getting paid big bucks to open for Chris Brown. So, you know what I mean? Might want to get that together. But I don't know. I'm a bit indecisive, like, because I want to see Chris Brown, but I also want to see Bad Bunny again. But I want to see Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico for his residency tour, which I know that's gonna be fire. Back in the motherland, my God, it's gonna be so many people there. It's gonna be a bunch of like PR residents. It's gonna be a bunch of out of towners. It's gonna be a whole vibe. And Puerto Rico is just gonna be lit during that time this summer. Puerto Rico this summer is just gonna be lit because Bad Bunny is gonna be out there touring. So that's gonna be fun. But I've also seen Bad Bunny twice in concert. Amazing. He is an amazing performer, live performer. So I've already seen him twice. I've never seen Chris Brown. So right now I'm like, do I want to see Chris Brown? Do I want to see Bad Bunny for a third time? Definitely Chris Brown is a lot cheaper because of Bad Bunny. I'm going to have to spend money on tickets, which is sold out right now. So I don't even know why I'm debating so much, because it's sold out. I'm just hoping for some type of miracle that some tickets just pop out of somewhere and the universe just says, Haydee was meant to go see Bad Bunny in PR. So here you go. And the universe just blesses me. But I don't know. Let's see. So I think I should just, right? I should just go see. What do you think? Let me know. Should I see Breezy? Should I see Bad Bunny? Breezy, Bad Bunny. What should I do? Yeah, let's see how that works out for me. Let's see. One of the other things that I've been seeing is the harassment, because I can't find any other word for it. The harassment that Offset has been doing to Cardi B. He has been harassing the crap out of her ever since they've broken up, ever since, she's been seen dating this new guy. She's dating a football player. Don't know his name, forgot his name, but you look it up. So ever since that, she was seen during Valentine's Day with this new guy of hers, she's been basically just airing out Offset and saying how he's been harassing her, how he's been stalking her, calling her nonstop, texting her. He's been blatantly disrespecting her on social media. Like, that's not he say, she say. It's actually he's posting himself. Whether it's commenting on a picture of hers, a selfie, and putting the trash emoji, or recently she put up a picture was posted of Culture, their daughter, their oldest daughter, her braids, her fresh braids that she had just gotten, and he posted on them saying, they're putting little boogers on my daughter or something, like, I guess insinuating her little diamond studs. I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know. Offset sometimes, like, I just don't understand what Cardi saw in him, because I get a headache trying to read some of the things that he writes or that he tweets. I don't understand. Like, it's like a whole like word puzzle. It's like Sunday's New York Times crossword puzzle. Like, I just be breaking my head trying to figure out or interpret what he's trying to say. Like, I don't be understanding. I just be there like, Me, what? So you, like, what are you saying, sir? I don't understand. Like, reading is fundamental. I just don't understand. You have all this money. Why don't you, like, get yourself some hooked on phonics or something that'll, feed your brain, something that'll expand your vocabulary? Listen, I'm not saying I'm no Einstein. I'm not. But I wouldn't embarrass myself that way. Like, if people are telling you that, like, I would just play it off if I was Cardi. Every time he tried to come for me, like, what are you saying? Like, I can't even read this. I can't even put this together. Are you formulating a sentence? What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Use pictures because the words are not working. Use pictures. Tell me what you're trying to say. Get it out. Because what is his problem? This is the thing that kills me about men. And I'm not man bashing. This is not a male bashing podcast. But at times, you got sometimes y'all gotta be bashed a little bit. Just a little bit. Because y'all just be doing the most toxic shit ever. My mans, y'all are broken up. You are no longer together. Why are you harassing this woman? Yes, you guys have kids together. I get it. You have to communicate. You have to stay in contact. You guys have to talk for the sake of the children, right? Because they didn't ask to be here. You guys decided to bring these kids into the world. So now you have to co-parent, right? And the best thing you can do is to try to have a healthy co-parenting situation. That is very ideal, right? But you are just making it so difficult. Like, the way I would have sent you to hell a long time ago, I would have sent you to hell because, sir, what are you doing? You're making it seem like you don't want to be there for your kids unless she is with you romantically. So if she's not with you, then you don't want to be this great father that you were portraying to be when you were with her. What is your deal? Move on. She has said, Cardi went as far as to go on Twitter, on Spaces, on X, and say that you have a girlfriend. You have an entire girlfriend that is also harassing her because you're making it seem to your girlfriend like she still wants you and there's still something going on. And the poor girl is feeding into that. And she's also harassing her. It's like, and then you're harassing, according to her, you're also harassing her new man. You need to grow up. You need to grow the hell up because when you were with her, you disrespected her, you trashed her, you cheated on her. Did she allow it by taking you back? Absolutely. But now, guess what? Everyone has a breaking point. She had hers, she left you, she filed for divorce, she's moved on. She's made it clear she doesn't want to be with you. And, I don't have kids, but something that I know would definitely turn me on, would definitely turn me off is we are no longer together. And then you start being a shitty father. Like, after we break up, you start to be a shitty father after you were this amazing father for the time that we were together. Like, that is such a, like, that will not make me want you anymore. That will be it. That will seal the deal for me. Like, you decide to now be a crappy father, absent, and be flaky now that we're not together because what, you're trying to be spiteful? But you're not hurting anyone but hurting your kids. So what is the reason? In the words of Cardi B, what is the reason? What is the reason? That's corny, man. Move on. Take care of your kids. This is the person you chose to make your wife, to have kids with. Now, guess what? It didn't work out. Is it hurtful? Absolutely. I don't know how heartbroken you are, but listen, move on. You have your children to be there for. Your children need you. They don't need to see you bashing their mother on social media, talking trash about her, or putting her down, or saying she's this and that. She was your wife. And legally, I think she's still your wife. So you chose her. Now, shut the fuck up. Do what you got to do as a man, as a father. You behaving that way is not going to make her want you. It's not going to make her want you back. If anything, it's going to make her not fuck with you even more. Not even want to be friends with you in the future. Because I wouldn't even want to even try to be friends with someone like that. Like, I would just dead not even talk to you, like only talk to you when it has to do with the kids. And if you're harassing me in that way, like, I would just in some legal way have a third party be a mediator and, like, deal with us in between. Because if you're going to be that ignorant and just that much of a pest because I've moved on, then I don't need to be an adult. I'm just going to be petty, and we're going to have a legal third party deal with the shenanigans because I'm not dealing with it, not doing it. Offset is Sagittarius. Like, they are Sagittarius for real. Like their ego, the male ego sometimes is so fragile. Like when you decide that you don't want to fuck with them no more, and if you guys see my face, it's very telling. Like they are just so hard to get rid of. Like, sir, oh, I don't know how the women are. Dory's a Sagittarius, and I haven't seen that of her behave that way, with men. But the men, Jesus, Lord have mercy. Speaking of baby mama, baby daddy situations, so there's, you know what? Let me leave that story for last. I'm gonna jump into this lady, Onijah. What's her name? Onijah Robinson. So Onijah Robinson, if you guys are not familiar with her story, I did speak on her story here on a previous podcast episode. This is the lady that catfished a man over in Pakistan, and she went out there to meet him. I think they got married before she actually got over there to Pakistan. But anyway, she catfished him. He saw her. He was like, honey boo, you are not the person that I saw in those pictures. You catfished me. Like, I don't want to be with you. It's over. He totally ghosted her. Him and his family vacated their home. Like, how different do you look from your pictures that you scare this man that he moves? He moves. Okay? He moved. His entire family moved from where they were living, where they were residing. She was left stranded in Pakistan, roaming the streets of Pakistan. She caught the eye of some people that were seeing her just wandering around because a black woman in Pakistan, she kind of stood out. You know what I mean? So she was in the Pakistani news, basically saying that, she wanted her husband back. She was not leaving until she was given money by the government and some land. I've covered that story here already. After months, she's back in the US. She made it back safely. She was off the grid a bit because they didn't know where she was at after she left Pakistan. She was deported back. Apparently, she was stuck in Dubai for an entire month. She was detained in Dubai, I guess by customs, not sure. But yeah, she's back home safely, and they're pulling up on her on the streets of New York, like she's really famous. Like she somewhat got her little 15 minutes of fame now because of that. Like, I just can't help but laugh because I'm like, y'all need to stop making the wrong people famous. Like, why? Why is this lady being followed? You guys are running up on her like your TMZ, asking her all these questions. Like, she clearly has some issues. Okay. She clearly has some mental issues. Like I said, it's all in the eyes. It's all in the eyes. You could tell the elevator doesn't go to the top floor. And with them thin ass eyebrows, I definitely know something is mentally wrong with her. Why are you guys just running up on her, putting the camera to her face, asking her questions? Like, leave that lady alone, man. Anasha, go get the help that I know you need. Okay, honey? You give me whatever a mental, listen, disclaimer, I am not a mental health specialist. So I am not diagnosing. I am just basically going based off what I know and just from what I see. So I can tell you have some type of issues, mama. I know you've got some type of mental issues. And listen, I think to live in New York City, you've got to be a little kooky. You got to be, because that's how you survive the streets of New York. So I get it. But whatever you got makes you extremely delusional. So you might be somewhat schizo, not too sure. You might want to get that checked out. And for the love of God, stop looking for Middle Eastern men and traveling out there without knowing anyone. And use your real pictures. Use your real pictures. We are in 2025. Why are people still getting catfished? For the life of me, I do not understand that. How are people still getting catfished in 2025? Ask for pictures. Ask for updated, clear. You gotta ask for pictures like if their passport pictures, like clear, no filter, bright light. I need to see everything you're working with, every flaw, every pore on your face. Like, I want to see it all, so I could decide whether I want to fuck with you or not, and I could either swipe right or swipe left. Don't fool me with these filters that just make you look completely different, make you darker, make you lighter, make your hair a different color, make your eyes chinky, give you this beautiful contour bone structure, a beautiful sharp jawline. Like, I need to see the works. I need to see everything you're working with. Let me decide. Stay away from the apps that have those Middle Eastern men, other countries that you're going and you're flying out to, don't do it. I hope this was a lesson learned. Lesson learned for you, honey. Yeah. But she's back home. I'm actually happy that she made it back home safely. I joked on it a lot, of course, because who would I be if I didn't have jokes, right? But I was a bit concerned there for a while that, God forbid, like something was going to happen to her and she wasn't going to make it back safely, because she was very vocal when she was out there in the streets and she was smoking cigarettes. And their laws out there are very different. They are not lenient like us out here. They're not free like we are out here. Out there, you even like smoking a cigarette out on the street, you could be breaking a law and you can land in jail for whatever amount of years. I mean, we got to be careful when visiting these countries, honey. They don't play nice like we do. So the last thing I wanted to cover, again, baby mama, baby daddy drama. But this story is actually sad and it's kind of triggering as a woman, of course. This is a story of basketball player Anthony Edwards and Ayesha Howard. I'll give you just a brief, overview of who they are and what's going on between them. So Anthony Edwards is a NBA player. Ayesha Howard is, I guess, some type of Instagram model, social media model, whatever. They hooked up. They had a little thing, a little fling, and she's 39 years old. He's 23 years old. She got pregnant. Apparently, Edwards did not want the child, and he gave her money to have an abortion. She refused to have the abortion. She took the money, refused to have the abortion, had the baby, had a beautiful baby girl. Now, Anthony is waiving all of his parental rights. He does not want to be a part of the child's life. He refuses to be a father to the baby. He said he never wanted the baby. She chose to have the baby despite him not wanting her to have it. And, he basically signed away all his parental rights. She was giving sole custody. She was recently awarded physical and legal sole custody of the baby. There were some alleged rumors, which she has recently denied, but there were rumors that once he was confirmed to be the father, that he wanted to pay off the 18 years of child support, which would have equated to some like a little bit over $1 million. That was said to not be true. That was false. But when I first saw that, I was like, wow, like he hates that woman. He wants to rid himself of that woman and of that baby so bad that he is willing to pay upfront 18 years of child support to never see her or that baby ever again. Like, how much of a disdain do you have towards this woman that you are willing to do that, right? But she did deny that, so that is not true. That was just something, of course, that the internet just made up. But he definitely has expressed not wanting to be a part of this child's life. And it's just so sad. It's so sad because these are two adults. Even though he is 23 years old, he is young, but he is still an adult. He's an adult man. This is not his first child. This is his third child with three different women. And he allegedly has a fourth child somewhere, but it hasn't been confirmed that he is the father yet. But he does actively have three different children with three different women. So you are an adult. You are a consenting adult. You know what you were doing when you were sleeping with these women, right? I would hope that you are smart enough to know what comes with having unprotected sex, whether you pull out or not. You still run the risk of getting a woman pregnant, right? No one wins here. No one wins. The only loss here is the baby, okay? The baby that's going to grow up into a young girl, into a young woman, into an adult woman, right? And has to live her life without her biological father, because at some point she's going to be old enough to know for herself. She's going to be able to log on into the computer. She's going to be able to find out the information for herself and know that her father did not want her, right? And he is not the only one to blame. Don't get me wrong. She is also to blame. She is also to blame because why? Almost dropped my phone. Why would you do this? Okay. And then you get upset because you go on social media and people are calling you a gold digger, but what did you expect for us to think with this situation, right? What were you as a 39-year-old woman expecting to do with a 23-year-old man. I'm pretty sure you were not thinking and planning a future with him and having a white picket fence and being his wife and having his children. No, I'm pretty sure you were not, because you knew this man did not want to have a child with you. So you should have been the smart one in the situation and use a condom, right? B, take a plan B, or C, gone through with that abortion, because it's your body, your choice, correct? So you should have gone through with an abortion. But no, you brought a baby into the world thinking that he might possibly change his mind once he sees the baby. No, my man is standing on business. He's standing on business. I didn't want that child. Not going to be a part of it. So that poor baby girl has to grow up without a father because you two idiots can't think with your big head. Poor baby. So now this baby girl is probably going to grow up with daddy issues, possibly mommy issues, maybe even self-esteem issues, abandonment issues, things that she didn't even ask for. She didn't ask to be here. Two idiots decided, hey, a little fun, let's just do it. Fuck it. Whatever comes with the consequences comes. And here we are. Here are the consequences of your shitty actions. Poor baby. And the thing about it is that I really do feel, because he is so young, I really do feel that he's going to regret it, and later on he's going to want to be a part of her life. And that's the part that sucks. That's the part that sucks, because you don't know when that's going to happen. She can be 9, she could be 13, she could be 20 years old when he comes around. He decides, like, I'm sorry and want her forgiveness. And by then, I mean, you can't miss something you don't know. So the only thing is that you will have to live with the feeling of abandonment, of my own father didn't want me. What is it about me? Because these are real things. And I'm telling you, based off firsthand experience, you start thinking, he didn't want me. What's wrong with me? And that starts ruining your relationships. That ruins your relationships with men. That just ruins your relationship with people, because you become somewhat of a self-sabotager, because you're like, you know what? I don't deserve any type of happiness. That's the vicious cycle, just from your father not wanting you and not being there. And it's going to take this poor girl therapy, right? It's going to take her mom to give her that love and affection, that attention that she's lacking from her father. And I hope that she will grow the fuck up, because this is not her first child. This is her second child. Her first child is with rapper Little Baby. So I hope she grows the fuck up and she's there for her daughter, because now her daughter's going to need her more than ever, and she's able to somewhat try to fill that void that her father has now planted in her. She's so young now, she doesn't feel it. Later on in life, she's gonna feel it. We need to do better. We really need to do better. Like, as men, as women, we're always fighting one another on social media. Everywhere you turn, every podcast you listen to is men against women. We're at each other's throat. You need to do this, men need to this, women need to submit, men need to man up, this and this and that, whatever. Like, it takes two just to create life. It takes a man and a woman. And I'm going to stand on that. It takes a man and a woman. You can go fight with your mama if you think otherwise. To create life, we need to get it together. Like, we need to break the vicious cycle that we know, these toxic cycles in our own lives, and these broken homes that we possibly grew up in. We need to stop creating those broken homes. Seriously. Like, it needs to end somewhere. And I hate to be that person, but I feel so strongly about that. It's the reason why I've gone on all these years without having kids. And because I don't believe in, like, wanting to have this broken home. If I have a child, I want to make sure that I'm going to be with my child's father. Like, we are going to create a life, a home, and we are going to do the very best that we can to raise a healthy child, to be a healthy man or a healthy woman, a healthy adult, because I don't want to continue the cycle that I know. I want to break it at some point, break the generational curses and leave all that shit behind and want something different for my child. And it's sad, and it's really sad, because kids don't ask to be born. Kids are not asked to be here. Babies are not asked to be born. We make the conscious decision to bring them into the world. And we bring them to the same bullshit that we also know and that we've had in our lives. How unfair is that? Bring a child to something different, But listen, I hope that he grows up, and I hope he has a change of heart before it's too late, before she's old enough to really decide for herself that she wants nothing to do with him, right? But let's see, life is life. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode. Remember to like, subscribe, share, review the podcast on all streaming platforms. Again, you can find the Ladies Pitch podcast on Instagram at Ladies Pitch and on YouTube. Our handle is at Ladies Pitch. I'm thinking about making another Twitter account for the podcast page because the other one just, whatever, is wiped out. But in the meantime, follow us on the social media platforms that we do have. I am also on TikTok and I am also on Twitter. I will have the details as always in the episode show details. So yeah, look out for that. This week, we will be dropping another skit, myself and Style. Shout out to Styles from the Brunch Hour podcast. This is our skit week, Struggle podcast. Whoop, whoop. A skit that we drop bi-weekly on our pages on Instagram. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And also follow Styles, Brunch Hour podcast. New season coming up soon. So thank you guys for joining me. I will see you on the next one. This is your favorite mommy, Haydee Baby. Peace.